Welcome to 501 Mathlete, where we work smart not hard. In today's video, we're given this diagram with these dimensions and we're to determine the area of the shaded triangle. Pause the video here, see what you can come up with. I'm gonna solve it this way. First, I'll begin by labeling some important vertices from A all the way down to H. Next, I'm going to connect the points labeled as G and H so that I make a right-angled triangle. And the overall idea of how I will find the shaded area is I will take the area of the triangle GHD, and from that I will subtract the area of the triangle DEC and the area of the triangle GHC, and that will leave me with the area of the shaded triangle GEC. So, first let's find the area of the triangle GHC. To do that, we will use coordinate geometry, where the lower left-hand corner labeled as A will be the origin 0, 0. So if that is 0, 0, then B will have coordinates 5, 0, as indicated by the dimensions on the diagram. Then C is going to be 5, 2, because that's 2 up. D is going to be 5, 6, because that's 4 above point C. E, we don't know at this point, but we'll find that later. F is going to be 0, 4, because 1 plus 3 is 4. G will be 0, 1. And finally, coming back to H, that's going to be 5, 1, because that's on the same horizontal level as point G. So, for a triangle GHD, the very large triangle, we know the area is given by half base times height. But what's going to be the base GH? Well, that's simply going to be 5 minus 0, which is 5. Then what's going to be the height? DH. Well, that's going to be 6 minus 1, which is also 5. So the area will be 1/2 times 5 times 5, which we will leave for now as 25 over 2. Next, let's find the area of triangle GHC. So first off, the base is going to be the same, 5 minus 0, which is 5, and then the height is going to be 2 minus 1, which is 1. So the area will be 1/2 times 5 times 1, which is just 5 over 2. Then moving on to the triangle DEC, we'll take the base to be the line segment DC. So that length of the base will be 6 minus 2, which is 4. And then the height will be perpendicular to that, as we see there outlined by the red arrow. But that height won't be so easy to find. We have to know the coordinates of point E. So how will we go about determining the coordinates of point E? We have to find the equation of the line represented by GD, as well as the equation of the line represented by FC, and the intersection of both of those lines will be point E. So we have to first find the gradient of the line GD, which is given by rise over run. So as we see here with the blue arrow, it goes from H up to D, which is from 1 up to 6 on the y-axis, so that is a rise of 5. And then the another blue arrow that you see there is from G over to H, which we know from before is a run of 5. So the gradient will be 5 over 5, which is 1. Therefore, if we look at the line GD and we see that it intercepts the y-axis at 1, its equation will be y equal x plus 1. Next, moving on to the line FC. First, finding the gradient using rise over run. The rise goes from F04 down to 02. But since it's going down, then that is a -2. And then the run will be the very same 5 as from before. So the gradient will be -2 over 5. And from the diagram we can see that the y-intercept value is 4. Therefore the equation of FC is y equals -2/5x plus 4. So how do we find the point of intersection of both of those? Well, if we know the equations for both of them, we can simply equate them to each other. So we will have x plus 1 is equal to -2/5x plus 4. Transposing, we'll have x plus 2/5x is equal to 4 minus 1. Adding, we get 7/5x is equal to 4 minus 1, which is 3. Transposing, x will be 3 times 5 divided by 7, or in other words, the coordinates for point E, x is 15 over 7. So, the height of the triangle DEC will be the full length of 5 minus 15 over 7. But 5 is the same as 35 over 7. So 35 take away 15 is 20. So the height of the triangle DEC is 20 over 7. Now we can find the area by substituting into half base times height. 1/2 times 4 times 20 over 7 gives us that the area of triangle DEC is 40 over 7. So going back to the original idea, we want to find the area of the shaded gray triangle. That's going to be the entire area, which is 25 over 2 minus the small triangle of 5 over 2 minus the 40 over 7. So finding the LCM, it will be 14. So 25 over 2 will be 175 over 14. Then we'll have minus 35 over 14 and minus 8 over 14. That gives us 60 over 14, which reduces to our final answer of 30 over 7. Did you get it right? If so, comment below. And as always, if you found this video useful, please feel free to hit that like button, share with others, and subscribe if you're new here.